guys, I'm Jill and welcome back to Jill and Cess. Now, I feel like it's been so long since I talked about my motherhood journey. Remember some months ago, I told you how I survived the 3 trimesters of pregnancy. Now today, I thought about sharing my experience as a mother during the fourth trimester. Many people are familiar with the 3 trimesters of pregnancy. How about the fourth trimester? The fourth trimester is like the first 6 weeks of the postpartum period. That's after having the baby. Now, many people normally assume that after delivery everything is okay, but how about the fourth trimester? Now today I want to share with you my personal journey. So my journey might be different from your journey, perhaps same in one way or the other. So to help me, I've documented maybe like a little notes here and there so that I won't be forgetting about them, because I think also there's something about forgetting or tendency to forget things after pregnancy, even during pregnancy. I'm still battling that a lot. Now, the first 6 weeks after postpartum, after having the baby. Now you've been told from the hospital, here's your baby, go with the baby home. Remember, when you're in the hospital, the nurses or the doctors or whoever, the medical practitioners, they could walk in the labor ward, in the wards, to check how the mother and the baby is doing. How about when you are at home? Now today I'll share the 4 basic things that's after the first 6 weeks of the fourth trimester. So the first one, maybe it will be like the surviving the first week. I'll talk about the colic, and then the second I'll talk about the postpartum depression, and then I'll talk about boosting breast milk, and then the fourth one I'll talk about the first injections that after 6 weeks. Now remember, the fourth trimester is a period between 1 to 6 weeks. That's after delivery. So real quick, let's get into it. So if you've watched our channel, definitely you know that by now my baby is heading to 5 months. Come 17th of this month, the month of December, she'll be 5. Yeah. And if you've watched and you've been following our journey, you know that I delivered through CS. Okay, so let me just share with you the first week of having the baby. So I battled colic with the baby, and colic comes in many ways, because me, I was being told it's because the first day I gave the baby none, the milk supplement, because the first day I didn't have milk and the baby's mouth was dry, so she couldn't take water or anything, so I had to give the baby none. So I was being told, this is just hearsays, I don't know whether it's true, that if you don't give the baby like the first milk, or you combine things like water, I don't know, if you don't give the baby the first breast milk, they tend to battle colic. Now that's on my side, I don't know whether it's true, but the first 2 months I really battled colic, and it used to happen mostly during the evening when it starts to get cold, and also at night. The baby could cry. I'm like, I don't know what to do with the baby. I could try give her, okay, after that first day, now my milk came. I mean, giving breast milk, the baby is crying, she doesn't want to latch properly, but after some few negotiations here and there, I decided not to buy Bonisan. Bonisan is this syrup that babies are being given just to put things on hold, but it didn't work. Like, I was giving the baby the Bonisan, but it was not working. But I was being told after 3 months it will get better, and truth be told, it's getting better. In fact, it got better after like the 2.5 months. It got better because the baby couldn't sleep at all at night. And remember, as a mother, you're still battling all these things, because there's this healing process. My tummy, I can't still walk straight, I can't still walk well. You having sleepless nights, it's terrible, but it's getting better. As you can see right now, I can say I'm in paradise. And then also the first weeks, let me just say like the first month, yeah, the breast is sore. So remember, there's a tummy here that is unhealed. You have the breast that is still sore because as a first time mother, the nipples, you know, when the baby latches, so because it's your first time breastfeeding, so the nipples were unclogged. When the baby latches, she or he unclogged it was clogged. When the baby latches, now it gets unclogged and it's so painful. That's also another thing, but you just have to persevere, because the more the latch, the faster the healing process. And also you have to give them both the breasts, so you have to make sure that when you're giving the right or left side, make sure that she or he doesn't latch on one breast alone, because you might develop mastitis and it's so painful. Okay, now that's like surviving colic, and but then it gets better with time, moms. It gets better with time. When I tell you that now I really sleep, maybe the baby wakes up like one or twice, but not like waking up like fully awake, ile nye ana nungunika tu kwa kitanda kidogo kidogo, but not that she's crying, and then you know, like, you have to feed her. Now that's battling colic. And then number 2, let's talk about the postpartum depression. If you're pregnant, please plan for assistance. More so when you're in your 3rd trimester. Start planning early, because it really gets hard when you're alone with the baby. That's how most postpartum depressions develops. So with me, I didn't have any postpartum depression, thanks to the support system that I had. The relatives, especially my sister, was there for me, and also I had like some relatives, I stay in relative. I didn't have like a house help or something, but there's this a relative was helping out when it comes to baby issues, and also when it comes to cleaning the baby, when it comes to cleaning, washing clothes, the house, you know, like taking care of everything. I have to say, like, the first 3 months, I received a lot of help. And when you receive a lot of help, it helps even with the healing process. Postpartum depression comes in a situation whereby, as a mother, you're still healing, and then you also trying to see how you can survive with this baby, because the baby is under your mercy. So remember, you have this small little one that cries a lot, and you also you've not healed, and then you don't have any help. It gets terrible. So it's always good at least to have some help, even if you have like your issues to deal with, like the healing process. When it comes to sleeplessness, at least you can get somebody who can at least hold the baby for you, maybe during the day when the baby is awake, so that you can sleep. Or also there's this policy, when the baby sleeps, you also sleeps. At times it works, at times it doesn't work, because me, I'm not used to sleeping during the day. So in other words, it didn't work really for me, but I used to struggle a lot. Yeah, I used to struggle a lot when it comes to sleeping, but I didn't have like the postpartum depression. Postpartum depression also comes with the body changes. You are maybe slender after the baby. Now you have like baby fats. Some have baby fats, some doesn't have baby fats. Like me, I didn't have baby fats, thank God. But how you deal, you have to be positive about all these things for you to survive them, or else remember, it starts from the mind. Positivity matters a lot, because after some time you'll shed the weight, because baby fat comes with breastfeeding, and also the amount of food that we consume, because we have to make sure that the baby latches from the breast for like 6 months, and during that time you have to eat a lot. Unaambiwa kuna uji, kuna maziwa, kuna nini, yeah, but now you have to balance, don't overdo it, so that at least, you know, gaining is really quick, but losing the baby fat, on my side, that is, it's so hard. So just try and try a lot when it comes to postpartum depression, because most people find it difficult when it comes to that. Yeah, and the mothers who've gone through postpartum depression, you know what I mean. I'm sorry about that. But just having a positive mind, and also even to those people who visit like mothers after giving birth, don't just body shame them, you know. Mothers do go through a lot, because even during that time you have like milk is leaking from your breasts. I mean, there's a lot of things. Perhaps you had acne, you're still healing from the acne. It's a lot of things, and I thank God that I didn't go through that. Yeah, so that was like the second. The third, I'll talk about boosting breast milk. Right now I'm still breastfeeding, and I thank God that I still have milk, and I really have a good milk supply. And I wanted my baby to latch in breast milk for like 6 months, because their digestion is still not okay, so that I can start introducing them to food maybe after the 6th month. So let me tell you about how I boost my breast milk. Number one, milk. When it comes to breast milk, for me, water comes in handy. When I'm breastfeeding, I have to have water by my side. I feel like when I drink a lot of water, it aids in milk production. That has really helped me a lot. Secondly, I use cocoa or drinking chocolate in my tea. That also aids to boost my milk production a lot. More so when it comes to cocoa and drinking chocolate, even when I snack a lot of Cadbury's, the dark chocolate bars. It also helps a lot with the milk production, because remember, when you have the chocolates, you tend to feel thirsty, and therefore, if you're not somebody who likes drinking water, that will aid or help you to drink water, because you'll feel thirst. That has really helped me a lot. And then another thing that has boosted my milk production is with the vegetables that I eat. When it comes to kienyeji, I normally go for saga. I don't know how you call it in your mother tongue. I go for saga and managu. No, saga and terere. Is it managu terere? Saga and managu. Saga and managu. Okay, saga and terere. I tend to confuse them, but I go for those vegetables, the traditional vegetables. They help a lot. And also and also soup, the mfupa ya ng'ombe. I normally buy them from the butcher. I come, boil them from home, and then drink the soup. It also helps you with the calcium, as well with the baby's calcium. That has really helped boost my milk until right now. I have a lot of milk, and I thank God and that I've been breastfeeding up to this time. And I'm hoping that I'll still breastfeed, of which I will, up to the 6th month, when my baby will be turning 6th on the 17th of January next year. And I'm kind of excited because at least she'll be eating. When she eats, at least I'll be free, because also full-time breastfeeding, ningumo, it's not easy, but you can just do it for your baby so that they can develop well. Because my baby at 4.5 months, she was 9 kg. Imagine, 9 kilograms. Right now, I don't know how many kg she weighs because of the corona issues. I don't want to be going to the clinic every now and again, but it is what it is. She's heavy, she's healthy, and she's feeding well. I thank God for the breast milk. And then the last one, let's talk about the first 6 weeks injections. Here's the tip, or how to survive the injections. First of all, the injections are so painful. Yeah, they're very painful. So what I did, or what I was being told, and it really worked, during that day, when the day comes for that injection, go to the hospital early enough, because the medicine, it wears off within like 6 hours. So ensure that by 8 a.m. you are in the hospital, so that your baby can be given that vaccination, the injection, so that within the first 6 hours it wears out, so that at least you can have a good night's sleep. If you go, let me say, like at 12 or maybe in the afternoon, By the time the medicine will be wearing off, it will be at night, and you'll really have issues when it comes to that. So with the injections, what I experienced with the baby, when I went to the hospital, definitely in the morning, after coming back from the hospital, okay, during that injection, when the baby is being injected, definitely there's that fear of the vaccine, not the vaccine, but the syringe. Definitely the baby will cry because of the syringe pain, but after that they'll just be okay. But after about 2 to 3 hours, when you're back at home, it's like dawa inaanza kupanda, so it becomes so painful. The baby will cry, atakuwa na fever, you know, these things, atakuwa na fever nini. But some people, I mean, there are different theories, but work with what you think is right for you. Atakuwa na fever, unaambiwa sijui, wengine unaambiwa you should do Calpol. Calpol is the pain reliever. Mara unaambiwa, wengine watakwambia upake nyanya, the tomato, so that it heals the place, isivimbe. Utaambiwa all sorts of things, put ice, put what, you know, just work with what is best for you, because all these are myths and misconceptions. You just ask the medical practitioner what is good for the baby, okay, and they let you know. But what watakwambia so many things, you just know what will work with your baby. For me, because of the fever, I had to call the doctor, the pediatrician, and I was advised to give the baby Calpol, and it really worked instantly with the baby when it comes to fever. I think fever is because of the type of medication, the type of vaccines that they're being given. Yeah, I can talk, but at least today I was just sharing the first 6 weeks after postpartum, after delivery. Yeah, and believe you me, it gets better with time. Right now the baby is big. Yeah, she smiles a lot. Yeah, and right now I can sleep, and I'm also trying to sleep train her, because when it comes to sleep training, what I'm trying to do right now, which I'll share in maybe the next coming videos, if at all it will work, is that I'm bathing the baby at around 7:30, so that by 8 p.m. she's asleep. So it's still like flip-flop, working at times, not working, but I'll see maybe in the coming months or in the coming weeks how it will be like, because I used to bathe her during the day. So it's a transition. It's a transition, because during the day she had already got used to that habit that I used to bathe her at around 11, so that she can sleep at least for the better part of the day. But right now I'm trying to see if I can bathe her at night, so that she can sleep throughout the night, because according to my research, I've seen that maybe at 5 months, maybe she'll start sleeping throughout the night, maybe waking like once a night. But right now she's doing well, because she wakes up like 2 to 3 times at night to feed. After feeding, I just take her back to bed, but she doesn't cry. Yeah, so guys, that's it. Perhaps if you want to hear much more about my journey, kindly let me know, and I'll be willing to share. And you can also share with us what your journey has been like. Most of for if you're a first-time mother, you can share with us in the comment section, so that you can also help other mothers. They say at this particular time we are Google moms, and we try to Google everything. You can even Google, why is my baby yawning? Why is my baby not sleeping? You know, and the Google tends to give us all these things. Anyway, thanks a lot. If you haven't subscribed, kindly do, and support us when it comes to subscription. For those who have, if you're returning back as a subscriber, thank you so much for keeping us company. And that marks the end of this video. Do have a lovely day. Bye.